So I believe that we are back online again.
Excellent.
Technical difficulties at times here at the Lamar Viking Diamond. We're beginning the top of the third inning. First pitch is swung on by the Colts. Looks to be playable by Parker Schutte at first base, and it is. One pitch, one out.
That's really helpful after the struggle that he had in that second inning. One pitch, one out. You know, the first time up.
The next batter, number 20, Lazaro Alvarado.
First time up, just a weak little hit back up the middle to the catcher, or to the pitcher that made the play. And not a whole lot more difficult on that one.
So one out, nobody on, top of the third. There's a high fly ball that's going to go to deep center field. Cooper Barnard slips and still somehow makes the catch. This Olympic moment brought to you by center fielder number 24, Cooper Barnard.
Nice play. Really nice play. Goes out there, feet fall out from under him. But when you're in good position.
And they're saying they got him at first base, too. So apparently there was a throw back in time to first base. So there's the F8 and then an 8, basically 3, got the base runner. Wait.
They're saying he didn't make the catch?
Now I'm confused. Oh, I see what you're saying, because there was not a base runner.
No.
Yeah, they're saying he was out. The umpires are saying he's out.
I thought he made the catch and the batter was out, but now they're saying the throw was to first base.
Well, they threw it in anyway, I think, but he caught the ball on the fly, I believe.
Yes.
And the base runner, the batter's already left the field.
Right.
He was called out. And Coach Womack's not very happy about that either.
I have that marked down as an F8, right?
Correct. And that would be 2 outs.
Right. Now, if he had dropped it and somehow, some way the batter didn't run to first.
The next batter, number 25, Jackson Irons.
You know, then I guess that would make sense, but I didn't see that at all.
There's a nice moving ball slider type thing that gets the inside edge. That's what he was trying to do an inning ago when he nailed 4 batters and almost hit a 5th. So there's a great first pitch strike for Isbell. And the count 0-1. There's a fly ball that's going to be playable hopefully by Shryock at shortstop. He calls for it, gets it, 3 up, 3 down very quickly on the F6.
Much more like it.
So we're still at 1-0 going into the middle of the third. The Colts are leading. We'll be back. Leading off in the bottom of the third inning for the Vikings, it'll be right fielder number 12, Eric Olivares.
Bill, this would be a great time for a few hits. How about that?
Let's string something together, get some batters on, and get them across the plate. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Olivares for strike one. One of our seniors also played football. A number of guys on the varsity team played football also. Gilliam also played, he played basketball in addition to baseball, didn't play football.
Late strike call on that last pitch.
So
got the outside.
No balls and 2 strikes,
yep.
Exactly. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Bouncing ball straight to the first baseman, who will scoop it up, easily step on first in time. The next batter for the Vikings is the pitcher, number 9, Tucker Isbell. First pitch to him is going to be low, it looks like, and the count will start off at 1 ball and no strikes. Oh, there they are, way over there. Cool.
Ball was way inside. Had to duck out of the way to make sure that one didn't hit him. 2 balls, no strikes.
There's a swing and a miss. Count will now go to 2 balls and 1 strike. For Tucker Isbell, the Viking pitcher, now trying to help out his own cause at the plate. With 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the third, the Vikings trail 1-0. There's a ground ball that's going to go through for a base hit. First hit of the game for either team. The next batter for the Vikings, number 4, left fielder Ethan Barnard. Courtesy runner at first base for the Vikings.
6.
Number 6, Nate Rivera.
Nice, easy base hit just between the first baseman and second baseman. Too far for either one of them to get to it. Nice, easy hit. Lamar has their first base runner of the night.
High fly ball that's going to go foul way over to the soccer practice fields. It's kind of interesting. There's a group of students at the edge of the Arlington High visiting stands. They saw that ball go up. They heard it. Then they just kind of were flinching, like, and it went way out of play, but they were talking on their phones, whatever.
Right.
But they were ready all of a sudden. Is it going to hit us? Is it going to hit us? So the count's no balls and 1 strike to Ethan Barnard, the left fielder tonight. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball that's going to go foul off the third base line. The count goes to 0-2.
Not foul by a whole lot, maybe 5 feet.
Yeah. By the time he went past third base, only about 5 feet or so. Straighten that out a little bit. You might have a base hit and keep things in motion here for the Vikings, who trail 1-0. Nate Rivera, the runner at first base, on for the pitcher, Tucker Isbell, who got on with a single. First hit of the game for either team. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's in the dirt. Gets past the catcher, Jackson Irons, and that'll put Rivera at second, which is a good thing for the Vikings because it takes away the force.
I'm going to call that
second. That's a ball. So it'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I'm going to say that's probably a wild pitch. That was well outside of the catcher being able to get in front of it.
And he didn't glove it or lose touch of it. So runner in scoring position for the Vikings with 1 out. The number 9 hitter, Ethan Barnard, up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. He fouls that one back over to the Viking dugout. Stays alive, 1-2.
Ethan's on this pitcher. He's just got to straighten it out just a little bit, but he's putting some pretty good metal on the ball.
Definitely so. Quite a few foul balls. That gets him, so he'll get on with the
It's a hit by pitch right there.
The next batter, number 24, Cooper Barnard.
Tried to duck out of the way and just kind of kept on going at him. And so we have a runner at first and second.
So Cooper Barnard, the younger brother of Ethan Barnard, who just got hit by a pitch and is on at first, has a chance to maybe bring in a run or two. He's the leadoff batter. He flew out to the first baseman in foul territory in the first inning. Now one of the coaches for Arlington's going to come out and talk to this pitcher as he begins a 1-0 count against the overall leadoff hitter, Cooper Barnard, for the Vikings.
You know, when there's runners on base, it's a totally different mindset that the pitcher has to have. And so coach maybe just coming out there and saying, hey, what are you focused on? What are we doing? And making sure that his focus is on the batter and not on runners and other things like that.
So after that little mound visit, everyone's set back. Runners at first and second for the Vikings. 1 ball, no strikes. Catcher is set up outside. Cooper Barnard reaches outside. The ball goes off into foul territory towards the home bullpen.
Almost got him a bus on that one.
And the count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah. Careful where you park over
That's
there.
right.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. The Vikings trail 1-0, bottom of the third. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. The count goes to 1-2.
Right on top of that pitch. Looks like he was looking fastball and got something a little bit different speed.
Yeah, because he swung a little bit early. I think he was trying to time it for a fastball. And here's the pitch. Fouled back, and the count stays at 1-2.
Bill, it's important to note, this is the second time through the order for these guys. And so now they've seen him once. They know the speed. They know the motion. They know if it's, how the ball changes. And so it becomes a little easier. It's never easy to hit a baseball, but it's a little easier now having seen the pitcher
once. That's a really good point. Here comes the 1-2.
Oh.
And it's a called strike 3. I think Cooper's realizing, I should have swung at that one. The next batter for the Vikings, number 1, Jalen Humbles. I almost renamed the batter. Tried to say Jason when it's Jalen. That's what 1,400 miles of driving between Sunday and today will do to you.
Are there that many miles in Texas, Bill?
Oh, there's over 160,000 miles of roads in Texas.
See, I knew you would know something like that, and so.
First pitch to Humbles is outside ball 1. The longest highway in Texas, US 83, 906 miles.
And see, I thought you were going to say Beltline Road.
Oh, it seems like the longest when you're sitting on it in traffic. Another pitch way outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. There's 2 outs, but we have 2 runners on. There's a 2-0 count. Now, is there a chance that Ryan Ott for the Colts is getting a little bit nervous or rattled?
I'd be okay with that.
I would too.
I'd love to see Jalen get some good metal on the ball right here.
Here's the pitch. That's outside for ball 3. 3 outside pitches in a row.
Or go ahead and take this pitch and see if you can get on base free.
Using the pitcher's name. I like it, Richie. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. Oh. And that caught the strike zone. It was a little bit toward the bottom of the strike zone.
I thought so too.
You're expecting a strike on a 3-0 count. My son has told me sometimes, why don't they just throw that pitch first?
Yeah.
course, they're not going to swing most likely, so you can throw a little easy one there. That's fouled back into the stands.
3-0, and your coach has put up the absolutely do not swing at this next pitch.
Yeah. You're like, but it's a duck. I can hit that. The count goes full to Jalen Humbles with 2 outs and 2 on here in the bottom of the third. Really would be good to take advantage of this situation, get at least 1 run across. The runners are going, and that's ball 4. The next batter for the Vikings is the catcher, number 16, Nick Griffin. Richie, now we have the bases loaded with 2 outs. Nick Griffin flew out to the right fielder in the first inning. If he can kind of get a base, if he can get a base hit here.
Sure.
You get 1, maybe 2 in. Take a lead.
I think a key here is be patient. Be patient.
High fly ball on the first pitch.
All right, never mind.
It's going out into right field, but the center fielder comes over to make the catch. The Vikings leave them loaded, don't score. It's still 1-0. We'll be back. Welcome back to the broadcast. I'm doing a little bit of singing with all the mics turned off, double, triple checking. Leading off in the top of the 4th inning for the Colts, number 4, Alex Bustamante. Well, the Vikings had a chance or two. They left them loaded, and unfortunately a fly ball to end the inning. It looked like it might be trouble for a moment because the center fielder, right fielder, second baseman all kind of maneuvering around. First pitch of this inning swung on and missed for strike 1.
Bill, the problem is that ball was hit so high up that everyone's able to converge and make a play on it. If you could have hit that a little more on a drive, I think it's a little more challenging play.
The 0-1 pitch, aiming a little bit inside it, jammed him. Mason Gilliam looking to make the play right on the third base line, inside the third base bag. And there's a quick out, number 1 on the F5.
That ball was right on the foul line. Matter of fact, I think if he'd have let that drop.
Number 15, Braxton Hawkins.
I don't know if that would have been foul.
Yeah, because he was straddling the third base line. You're right, Richie. Oh, reset the count. Thanks.
Thank you.
Teamwork.
Yep.
And the first pitch is a called strike. So now Tucker, Rich, you take away that second inning where Tucker hit 4 batsmen, 1 run scores. He's an ace. I mean, he's still a no-hitter.
Yeah,
you just have that 1 run.
And look, he's snapping that pitch off, and again, I don't know if it's a slider or curveball or what it is.
The pitch missed outside that time. The count goes even at 1-1. Go ahead.
But he's had a lot better control of it since, the meeting at the mound by Coach Goodman.
There's a little dinker that's hit to the shortstop. Shryock picks it up, throws across. It's going to miss the first baseman, Schutte. Nick Griffin did a great job, folks, of running over to back up the throw. I think he kind of makes that move a lot anyway, but that time he knew there was a good chance because Shryock dug for the ball, whips around, makes the throw.
Bill, I'm going to call that a hit, don't you say?
I would call that an infield single. We'll see what Game Changer does. But for now, I wouldn't charge an error. Even though the throw was off, I think he was going to get there. The next batter is number 22, Ryan Ott. So Ott was one of the victims of hit by pitch back in the second inning. And the Colts start off, or not start off, they got out the first at bat, but they do have a base runner on now with one out. Leading the Vikings 3-0 in the top of the fourth inning.
1-0.
It's 1-0. What did I say, 3?
That's all right. That's all right.
My bad. There's another quick throw back over to first, but the runner gets back in plenty of time.
I'm okay with you being wrong with that one.
Yeah,
I'm okay with 1-0 rather than 3-0. It's been a really tight game. And again, I think this is echoing something you've said.
Well, that pitch missed somehow for ball one.
This has been a pretty good pitcher's duel, despite that second inning.
And I'm glad that Coach let him work through it and get out of that inning with only the one run, because now he's come back in. He's kind of back into a groove somewhat. There's a pitch.
Boy,
that's a strike, a nice curveball that lands in the strike zone. Evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Not a huge lead by the runner at first.
Another throw back over to first, though, but gets him back in time. They're trying to keep these runners tight as much as they can, it seems like. And there's another quick throw over to first. Yeah, I get so conflicted with throwing over to first a lot because, number one, you are probably keeping the runner a little bit, maybe a step tighter than he would be. But, my gosh, I get nervous about a bad throw. There's a high fly ball that's going to go foul.
So many good base stealers, though, what they'll say, Bill, is they like several throws over there because that lets them know I can take another step. Oh, I was close.
Sure.
I was close to getting back. Maybe I can take another half step, because that lets them know, hey, this is what his pickoff move is.
And then they get caught. Oops, I took too big.
At that point.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Hangs a little bit high, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
But I think I'm with you. I have always been of the mindset, focus on the batter, and good things generally come. Let your defense make those plays behind you.
There's a foul ball that goes into the visitors' bullpen. Count is 2-2. Here's the pitch. Oh, it's outside. Nick Griffin did a great job of moving and reaching out to stab at that and keeps it from becoming basically a wild pitch. Yep. Keeps the runner at first base.
It was going to be a ball either way.
Right.
But it would have been a 3-2 count with a runner on second had he not made that play.
Well, Tucker Isbell is just tormenting that runner at first. I don't know how many throws. It must be at least 5.
I would agree.
Think.
Yep.
There's a pitch, a bouncing ball to the second base, the shortstop, Shryock. They'll get the runner at from first to second. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words a little bit. It's a dead ball to throw into the dugout. So there is the batter reaches on a fielder's choice.
Correct.
And then he's going to advance on the throwing error. But they do get the out on the 6-4. Force gets number 15. And number 22, the pitcher reaches, and I believe they'll have number 5 come out. Yes, it looks like to run for him.
I'm not going to add any errors here, but that would be he would reach second base on
courtesy runner at second base, number 5, Preston Howard. The next batter is number 8, Caden Horton. So 2 outs and a runner at second base now for the Colts, who lead 1-0 in the top of the 4th inning. Vikings want to get out of this thing. Oh, wow, that pitch, I thought it was going to miss, but it hits the outside edge.
Nice framework.
Nice first pitch strike. Yeah, good framing there.
Bill, to go back to something we mentioned earlier, he makes that play. If he doesn't, if the catcher doesn't make that play earlier, there's a runner on second base, and that 4-6 play or that 6-4 play never happens.
That's a really good point. Here he shows bunt, pulls back, and he calls a strike. And I think he's saying he went around with the bunt.
He
attempt.
offered.
Yeah, he offered. There you go. Thank you. I was about to say gave.
That's all right.
Yeah,
I would have known what you meant.
Yeah, thank you.
0-2 the count. The pitch was pretty close anyway, Bill. I don't know that it caught the corner, but I didn't think the first one did either.
Yeah, the first one I thought was a little bit outside, but
we have the window open over here on the Arlington
the 0-2.
Side.
That pitch definitely outside, and Griffin again has to reach out and grab that one, and he does. And we have count now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
We have the window open here on the Arlington side. There's a few people over here that don't think those were strikes either.
And thanks to the Booster Club, because we have windows we can see through now when we don't have them open completely or at all. Thank you, Booster Club.
Yes.
And comfortable chairs. Runners going. Fly ball going into left field. It looks to be playable, and it is, by Ethan Barnard, and that'll end the inning. They strand one, and the score remains 1-0. We're going into the middle of the 4th. We'll be back. We are back with live action going into the bottom of the 4th inning. Colts leading 1-0 in a real pitcher's duel. Only 1 hit for each team. There's a swing and a miss by Gilliam for strike 1. He struck out looking back in the 2nd inning, his first time at the plate. See if he can connect here. Get on base and get something started for the Vikings in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on. Miss. Strike 2.
Couldn't tell if he got a little piece of that or if that just dropped out of the catcher, but he's swinging.
Yeah, he is swinging.
He's taking a cut at these.
And they're kind of low, but he might pull out the 9-iron here and hit something. That pitch outside for ball 1. A couple of groans from the Arlington Colts fans. Hey, I thought that was a strike earlier. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to our leadoff hitter of the inning, Gilliam. Down the middle, he swings and misses. The catcher drops it, but by the time he takes off to first base, he's tagged out. The next batter for the Vikings, Parker Schutte.
Number 8.
Parker Schutte flew out to the first baseman back in the second inning. His first pitch on the outside edge for strike one.
Boy.
Yeah, I don't know if the umpire strike zone is sort of adjusted to the right, but that one looked like it missed. I'm not complaining, but he's consistent. I'll say that.
I would agree.
But it's tough for the right-handed batters to swing out there. Ground ball to the second baseman. He picks it up, throws over just in time. Parker making a pretty good run at that, a hard 90, as they would say. Number 11, Houston Cornish.
Would be nice, and we could start it right here to try and make the pitcher work just a little bit.
Yeah, it would.
Let's quick inning.
Let's get into his pitch count a little bit here. Here is the first pitch.
Nice.
That's going to go, just about a foot, if that, foul for strike one. That was a nice line drive over the first baseman's head.
Hit very sharply and was really just foul. What, a foot and a half? Not foul by very much, and that was about halfway down the right field line. Just got to straighten that out a little bit. May get to run.
That pitch is going to miss outside. Cornish is a left-handed batter, so things are a little bit different viewpoint for us and the umpire. And the count evens up at 1-1 strike. Nobody on, 2 outs. Here's a pitch. That's a grounder that's going to go foul exactly to the on-deck batter for the Vikings. And the count goes to 1-2 strikes.
Again, last 2 batters, they're taking their cuts. They're going up there hitting. That, not finessing, if you will.
Ground ball to the first baseman. He'll pick it up. Unassisted, G3, and that'll end the 4th inning. The Vikings, no runs, no hits, no errors. We'll be back. Leading off in the top of the 5th inning for the Colts, number 9, Eli Terrell. So Eli Terrell, the designated hitter for the Colts, will lead off here in the top of the 5th inning. He's the number 8 batter overall, so it'd be really good to get the number 8, 9 batters here to start off 5th inning. That pitch is on that zone of the outside edge. And Tucker Isbell with the first pitch strike starts off no balls, 1 strike. Colts lead 1-0 in a pitcher's duel here. Oh, he went back to his second inning tricks and almost hit him in the head.
That didn't look like that would look like a fastball right there. That might sting a little bit more than some of those other pitches.
Yeah, definitely.
Bill, I was really hoping that his strike calls would get a little bit quicker, but they have not. That's another ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ball hit
high
medium
fly
deep.
ball. Second baseman Cornish moving out into the grass. He catches it. The right and center fielder is out there to back him up, but they talked. They didn't run into each other, and there's out number 1 on an F4. The next batter, number 17, Dylan Bouchell. The wind blowing straight in again, pretty much, sometimes wavering a little bit, but right now the flag blowing straight towards us. There is one out here in the top of the 5th. And a first pitch strike. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on. The Colts do lead 1-0.
Quickly played game so far.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and there's another hit batsman. Tucker, let's don't get back into that deal again, as you did in the second inning. That'll put the number 9 hitter, Bouchell, on.
Leadoff hitter coming up.